So again, anytime's a good time. Even right now, isn't that something?
Literally buy. Like wow. Right now, we're in a moment where the market has started to cool a little.
Right.
So you're going to find that you're not competing with as many people as you were 2 months ago. Okay, where we were seeing 30 to 40 offers on a place. Now we're seeing 3 to 4 offers.
Okay.
So your ability to hopefully buy that place and get a chance to get in is a lot more likely now than it was a couple of months ago.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Open Dialogue. We've got a popular name in the local real estate market with us, and he is going to be sharing his expertise in relation to the current housing market with us. He's been in the industry for about a decade. Let's say hello to Randy Mann. Hi, Randy. How are you?
Yes, I'm doing excellent. Thank you so much for inviting me over.
Yes, it's our pleasure. So before we kind of get all the juicy information from you with the housing market, tell us a little bit about yourself. As you know, I'm a realtor here in the Fraser Valley. I deal from North Delta all the way to Chilliwack. I've been in the business for about 10 years now. Actually, it's funny, the way I got in this business was not on a decision of my own. I was forced to become a realtor because I had lost my job. Oh. And from that fact, I didn't know what else to do. Not very well educated, grade 12 barely. And so real estate was something that I thought I'd give it a try. And here I am 10 years later. That's an incredible story.
Yeah.
So what were you doing prior to pursuing real estate?
Prior to real estate, like I said, I do a lot of blue-collared labor type of jobs. So from selling vacuums door to door to working at sawmills, working at window factories, and then my last job before real estate, I did order selecting at Safeway's warehouse in Burnaby. When they shut down is when we all got laid off, 400 employees.
Wow.
So we all had to figure out what we're going to do with our lives.
That is incredible. And you turned it around and decade in the industry.
That's right.
And wow, that's an incredible story. You've made a name for yourself. This is phenomenal. Yeah. We're seeing skyrocketing prices within the housing market.
We are.
Do you think we're going to see a cooling effect with this trend perhaps in the coming months?
Well, right now, currently, we're already feeling a little bit of a cooling trend.
Okay.
Our first 3 months of this year and majority of all last year was literally all uphill. So sales and volume and prices were going up by hundreds of thousands of dollars, literally month over month. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was fueled a lot because of the demand that was in the market. Now we're in a category of the market where the spring market generally will bring a lot more inventory to the market.
Right.
So the increase in inventory obviously means that the demand overall has lessened as well. So we are heading over to much cooler waters moving forward in the next few months.
Okay, that's really great news. Yeah. With that said, any ideas as to what perhaps has triggered this kind of a spike in prices? What is the main reason behind this?
Well, with COVID, I think what happened when COVID hit us in the beginning, the market had already started to trend in an upwards fashion. And then COVID hit us in about March and everything just came to a halt or a freeze for a bit. A couple of months, we were wondering what this whole thing is. Everybody was trying to readjust themselves. And once we had that readjust and people, no longer were afraid of people coming back to inside their homes, the market started picking up again. Interest rates were decreased in order to get the economy going. So buyers took the opportunity to really get into the market based on low interest rates.
Right.
But the trend of the market or the prices going up were the fact that everybody pulled their houses off the market during COVID because they didn't want anybody in. So the demand of homes started increasing because the inventory overall was a lot less.
Right.
Okay, so add the interest rates in there, add more demand with more buyers wanting to come in. And we see the boom. Because of the low interest rates, people understanding that their places are too small for their condo or townhouse and want a bigger yard, and moving from Vancouver out to the Fraser Valley to get your townhouse prices in a home. So all of those things combined together is what shot our market up. And one thing to say is this market is all organic. There isn't any international or outside influence in the market right now. 99.99% of all buyers are local buyers.
Wow. Isn't that something?
That's unbelievable.
I know. It really is a long time. Yeah. I was just going to say, because you've probably seen all sorts of snapshots with the real estate market, and this is probably one of its kind. It's
completely one of its kind. And in the last 10 years that I've been in real estate, you know, the international market has really influenced on what happens in our market. This is the first year that we've had the biggest boom in our market history, and it's all happened by locals.
That's incredible. Yeah. So with that said, what would be your best advice for first-time home buyers as well as investors?
Well, you know what, in real estate, you know, being an investor myself, anytime is a good time to buy. Okay, so real estate market is usually a long hold type of deal, right? Is really ultimately that's where you make the most amount of money. There are casual flips that you can do, but realistically, long hold is the key to any type of good real estate investing. So over the years, over the trends, you're always going to see that real estate market always goes up in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, obviously. So buying at any time is a good time to get, because as the prices keep on increasing, right, you don't want to wait to get into investing in real estate. Okay. Second thing is, you also, as somebody that wants to buy for a first-time home buyer, you really got to focus on what your budget is, the area you want to live in. You know, make sure that your family and what your whole goals are for a first-time home buyer are all answered, depending on demographics and obviously your budget and what you can afford.
Okay, so all good points to keep in mind, certainly. Budget is huge. What you're looking for in terms of your own needs of space is huge. I have heard from a lot of people that, you know, it's a seller's market, but with the prices that are so high, how does that exactly work in terms of, you know, making a great sell?
So prices are all determined. I mean, if you look at our prices are quite high right now, but Vancouver prices are even higher.
Right, of course,
So the market is always based on the domino effect. So literally what's happening is people in Vancouver, Richmond, Burnaby, the Metro Vancouver area are now selling their townhouses and condos and starting to move on this side of the bridge. Okay, so that domino effect of them selling there and buying here is what creates the impact over here. So although, you know, the average price here now might be 1.1 for a rancher type of 6,000, 7,000 square foot home, in Vancouver, you know, there's some condos and townhouses selling for 1.1. So you see where that trend goes? So those are people that want to get out of that small space and want to go into a bigger space. They're going to be coming over to the Fraser Valley by selling their downtown condo or townhouse.
Well, I guess I'm not surprised seeing the influx that we've had in terms of the population growth within Surrey.
Even with our marketing, based on what we do with a lot of our sales, is we heavily market to the Metro Vancouver buyers in order to get them out to this part of the market, because we find that they pay more based on the fact of what they're getting for what they had or what they would get in the Metro Vancouver area. So those buyers are key for our marketing. We really like to target those buyers for any of our listings, because we generally will get 3 to 6% higher than most other agents just by simply marketing to Vancouver and Metro Vancouver.
And I figured you're a very busy individual.
We are. My team, the whole team we're very, very busy right now.
All right. Well, that's definitely great time for you. You're busy, you're out there, you're focusing on the housing, and you're giving great information. Thank you so much for sharing that information. And if people wanted to get in touch with you, is there a website that they can go to?
Definitely. So it's getrandygetsold.com, or give us a call at 604-839-6266. That's 604-839-MAN.
That's so great. Get Randy, get sold.
That's right.
What a great slogan. Well, thank you so much for coming out again.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe.